Hey guys, Dean Mannix, and this week's vlog's really cool. It's just been my mum's 70th birthday, and we shared that up here on the Gold Coast. And my better half, Teresa, those of you who don't know, Teresa's the nice one in the relationship. And so she took mum out shopping because my sister's in London, but my sister wanted to buy her some pearl earrings for her birthday. And so they went shopping, and it's really fascinating. So they went down to Pacific Fair, which is this massive shopping centre. Lots of jewellers in Pacific Fair. So very, very competitive situation. Very, very transparently competitive. Pricing's very transparent. A lot of the earrings are pretty similar. And yet one of the jewellers created the most amazing experience that absolutely created, one, a sale for that jeweller, but two, more importantly, a compelling story that I'm now about to share with you, that my wife will tell everybody on the Gold Coast, and that is at the essence of the Compelling Stories workshop, or half of the Compelling Stories workshop that I'm doing in a couple of days. So compelling story is basically, do you have a story, or can you share a story when you talk about your business, what it is that you do, what it is that you sell, that really compels others to pay attention, be interested, and want to be part of your story, as in want to buy what you've got, or want to use your service, or at the very least want to tell others about it. And do you do it in a way, the other half is, do you do it in a way that compels you to get out there and tell more of the story? But we're talking about the first part here. So these guys at Paradise Jewellers, my better half, Teresa, took my mum in there, and they were trying on some jewellery. And while they're trying on jewellery, like, this is really smart, and it's pretty common, the young lady in there said, hey, listen, while you're here, why don't I clean those rings for you? I'd love to clean your jewellery, and I've got something here that can do that. So my mum said, yeah, that'd be lovely. And so a couple of things about that. One, they're leveraging reciprocity, so they're doing a favour. Two, it's a relevant favour because they're in a jewellery store and cleaning your jewellery is connected. Three, they're keeping you in the store for longer because while they're cleaning your jewellery, you're looking around. And so on many levels, that on its own is a very, very, very smart strategy. So the young lady did that for my mother. They looked at earrings, they sized them all up. They said, listen, we need to have a look around. We're not really sure. The young lady was totally cool with that. She said, look, that's totally fine. Go for your life. As a result of the great service and the great service experience, they went back the next day to actually buy the earrings. Now, this is where the story gets even better. So, and it's Paradise Jewellers. I'm going to say that name a couple of times. Paradise Jewellers in Pacific Fair, because these guys deserve a shout out. They are a great example of a company that's very, very deliberate about creating a compelling story that others tell about them. So they went back in there and they wanted to try the earrings, and the young lady said, oh, it's fantastic to have you back. So she remembered that my mum had been in there the day before, right, which is pretty good service in a retail environment. Two, she said, oh, by the way, I didn't get to clean your chains yesterday. Why don't you give them to me and I'll clean those while you're here? So, wow, another level of reciprocity. Then my mum said, look, yeah, I really like these. And the lady said, well, listen, how would you like them packaged? And Teresa said, oh, well, it's actually her birthday, so any chance that you could wrap them? And the young lady said, absolutely, look, are you guys doing any other shopping? And Teresa said, yes. She said, well, listen, why don't you go do some other shopping? I'll get that all wrapped up for you and all ready. And when you're ready, you drop back in. So they did that. So when they dropped back in, the young lady had packaged it up beautifully, and it was wrapped really nicely for my mother's birthday. But then she said, oh, listen, I've got a little surprise for you. And she pulled out this basket with a half bottle of bubbly champagne and some chocolates in it and said, happy birthday. Thanks so much for shopping with us. Now, that's pretty smart, right? So these earrings were not mega expensive, but obviously there's some margin in them. The basket probably cost them, I think, around about, my guess is $35 to $50, okay, which would have taken some of their margin. But when you think about creating a customer for life, creating a referral, creating a story about yourself, it's not that expensive. And now they've got Teresa, my better half, running around the Gold Coast saying, oh my God, Paradise Jewellers are incredible. These people are fantastic. You wouldn't believe what they did for Dean's mother. They are awesome. That lady in there is unreal. You've got to go see them. And the interesting thing, by the way, is that they had another experience in another jeweller in exactly the same store, who's also been around for a very long time, where they walked in and there were two people on the counters, and they actually had to call out to those two people just to come over and pay attention to them. So what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is, if you want to create a compelling story that makes people want to buy from you when they first engage with you, actually makes people come and chase you down, you've got to be doing these little things that make them talk about it. You see, if you can create a story that they share with others, then other people will tell your compelling story. And it often doesn't cost a lot of money, but it does take quite a bit of thought to just think about what are the little special things that I could do to absolutely surprise and delight somebody in that moment that I get to interact with them, whether I sell them or something not in that moment. What are the little things that we could be doing that will create stories that others will tell about us when they leave our store, or when they leave a meeting with us, or when they leave a phone call with us? So that's the thought for this week. You know, what are you doing, or what could you do that would compel others to talk about you, your service, your product, your solution, the way you deliver it, after you've had that engagement with them? How could you get others to be telling your compelling story out there in the world? Remember, we're doing a workshop on that on Thursday, so I think this blog goes out on Wednesday, so it'll be the day after. It won't be too late to join in, and we record those and we make those available. So check out the Compelling Stories workshop, because at the end of the day, life is so much better as a salesperson or a business owner when people are compelled to come and talk to you about how you can help them. All right, and that's at the essence of Compelling Stories, which, remember, sits in the middle of the Sales Growth Blueprint. Just a reminder, if you haven't downloaded the Sales Growth Blueprint ebook, it's free. It's 30 plus pages of really great strategies and ideas. That is the essence of everything I've picked up over the last 20 plus years in over 25 countries with the very best salespeople and sales organizations in the world. So please check it out. I'm incredibly proud of it, but more importantly, I know it's incredibly valuable whether you're an individual salesperson or a business owner or the leader of a sales team. So please make sure you check out that ebook on the Sales Growth Blueprint, which is available at deanmannix.com. Remember, it's all about the better sales life. When you've got a compelling story, life is better as a salesperson. So make sure you get out there and do the work. Cheers. Bye now. Thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope you found it valuable and educational and useful for your role in sales. So if you did, please share it. Remember, sharing's free, and every other salesperson out there needs all the help they can get. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I've got lots and lots of content coming out and plenty of content inside the channel right now ready for you to digest. Enjoy, and remember, sales is meant to be fun. If it's not, you need to change the way that you're doing it.